Hey guys, welcome back to Large Scale RC Nation. This is your host Brandon, and today we got another upgrade for our Jetson Bolt Pro. And what we are going to be unboxing today is some handlebars. The bars are really narrow, which gives a little bit of instability. And so we're going to be using some riser bars that look a little bit nicer. And this is going to make it wider, which will allow you to add a little bit more attachments to your handlebars, like iPhone mount, stuff like that. I picked these up on Walmart's website, and let me just show you real quick what they look like. So what I like about these is the name brand, BW. You can barely see it, so it's gonna look really sleek on there. And this is going to be a 25.4 millimeter stem. That's the one that you're going to need for the neck of your bike. And you can also cut the bars down to make a little bit narrower. That will help with the cables on the bike. But as you can see, really nice looking bars, slightly bent forward and raised up a little bit. So these will be a nice addition to the bike. So let's go ahead and install these. So here you can see how narrow the bars really are, and this is what the bars will extend to. This is going to give you an additional couple inches on each side, which will make it more stable while riding and a little bit more sleeker design. So I'm going to start by removing everything on this side of the bars. So what we're going to do is remove the quick release clamp, and I'm just going to go ahead and slide it all the way over this way and reclamp it again, and this will allow me to pull everything off of the bars on this side with the cables. So the next thing that I did is I rotated the bars forward, so that way the brakes are facing straight down. This will allow me to reach the Allen bolt right there, which is a 5 millimeter, and we're just going to go ahead and loosen nice and loose on both sides. I'll go ahead and hit both while we're here. All right, nice and loose. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver if you want to remove this. It's already loose. And then there is a small set screw on the throttle. So we're going to locate that set screw and go ahead and remove that. Now I rotated the bars back up because this little set screw right here, a little grub screw, that's going to be a 2 millimeter. And that's going to be on the front side of your twist throttle. So you're just going to go ahead and loosen that set screw, and this will just slide right off. So now we're going to loosen the bars and push everything over to give that extra slack. But we're also going to need to remove this plastic wrap down here on the bottom. And that's just going to twist right off, as you can see. Now it gives a little bit more slack on the cabling. So now our throttle came off and our brake came off. And now we're going to slide the other way. Remove your reflector. Now we're going to slide it the other direction. Now we're going to remove the set screw on the opposite side as well. And that's going to be a 2 millimeter. And now we're going to slide it back. Give us some room. Slide everything out of the way. We're going to need a Phillips to remove the bell. Take our Phillips screwdriver, remove that screw all the way out, and remove the bell. And what we're going to need to do is get some soap and water with a screwdriver underneath the grip to remove the grip, but we're going to move these components out of the way. All right, now that we've removed everything out of the way, you'll just you can even take your flathead screwdriver, or you can take this hex driver, and you're going to spray Windex, water, whatever you have, down inside the grip. Just work it around. So once you take your Allen wrench, you're going to run it around, all the way around, and try to get it as deep as possible. This will break it up. Make sure your clamp is tight. And then I use my shirt to give a little bit extra grip, and you're just going to twist. That way we don't damage the grip. And there we go. Now we'll loosen our clamp again, and we're going to work. Clamp it real quick. All right, got that loose. And there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is cut down the bars a little bit. I'm gonna go with this line right here. And what you need is a tool like this, and this will cut your bars, and I'll demonstrate it right now. You can pick this up at Harbor Freight or any other tool store. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So what I did is line up the cutting wheel with the white line right here, the hash mark. And then we're gonna go ahead and start spinning it and slowly cranking it in as we're twisting. Let's go ahead and do this on a time lapse. All right, so we cut this off, and then we're just gonna go ahead and clean up the bars. All right, guys, we went ahead and cut both edges evenly, and we'll go ahead and install these on the bike now. Okay, we're gonna start by removing the Allen wrench bolt on the bottom of the neck and the quick release lever. Make sure that you don't lose the cylinder nut inside the quick release. Remove the bolt. Now remove the copper washer and place it all back together so you don't lose any of the parts. Next, you can see that the neck's slightly open, so we're going to slide it to the side, and this will remove the top layer of your neck. We are now going to install our brake lever on the left side, followed by the on-off switch on the left side as well, and get that all the way close to the inside as we possibly can to install the other side. We are now going to install the rear brake lever on the right-hand side of the bars, and we're going to get as much slack as we can so that way we can put on our twist throttle grip. Once that's slid on, we are now going to slide on our neck piece. Once that's centered up, we're now going to install the hardware. Make sure that the front lip, that little groove, is facing forward towards the front. Slide our bolt in. Now we're going to need our cylinder nut and our quick release, and we'll go ahead and thread that back on with the bolt by hand. We will now center over the handlebars with the neck and go ahead and close our quick release and make sure that the bars are tight. Now we're going to install the grip. Just go ahead and pound that on with your hand, and then we're going to place our power switch into the location that you desire it and go ahead and tighten that up with that 2mm hex. Now that it's nice and tight, we are going to work on our twist throttle, get that into the proper location. With that 2mm, go ahead and tighten down that grub screw and verify that it moves freely. Now we're going to move our brake levers into position and tighten those up on both sides, left and right, and to the location that you desire. All right, guys, the bars installed. They look great. Check them out.